The whole point of being in college, of being a college student, is to be informed, is to learn things.
That's why we're in college, right? We want to be part of the world, we want to be productive in the world.
Before I came to college, in high school, I never knew anything about anything going on outside of just myself.
I felt informed yesterday. I haven't read the paper today.
Once you start reading the newspaper, it doesn't feel like a chore anymore. You enjoy learning about what's going on in the world.
Well, I think it's important to stay informed just in general, know the basic things that are going on in politics and in your government and your community.
To be a successful student, you need to be aware of what's going on around you.
We need to keep up with these events now because we're going to be the ones dealing with them later.
To be aware of what's going on will help us make better decisions.
If you are uninformed, you will continue to make the poor decisions that the past has made.
I mean, I use Wikipedia as an example for a lot of things. I can't cite that. A newspaper I can cite. It's a legitimate source.
How can you even have a political belief or a political ideology if you don't read the paper and you don't know what's happening in the world?
Read the paper for the coupons.
People get into like these modes, you know, you're reading the paper and you're catching up on your events.
It's pretty constant, and I work in the morning and it's kind of my routine. I have a break about the same time I have my paper. It's satisfying.
You know, if you're on the bus, you can read it. If you're, waiting for a class.
In between classes, you have that time where you're waiting for lecture to start.
The great thing about newsprint is in your hand. It's a very tactile media.
Just personally, having a paper media in your hands and just it's very aesthetically pleasing.
You can sort of be rough with the newspaper. You can fold it up and like throw it in your car.
People really do crave something tangible, something that they can have when they turn off the computer and walk away.
When I'm on the computer and I'm reading the news, it doesn't really work.
On the internet, you can just as easily just get away to somewhere else.
You have Facebook open, you got Pandora, playing music. You're not really focused on what you're reading.
I see a lot more typos in news on the internet than I do in the newspaper.
Online, when you're searching, you search for what you're looking for. You don't always run across something you didn't know was there.
When you're reading a newspaper, you have that paper in your hand. You can't get away from it. You have to be engrossed in what you're reading.
With print media, there seems to be like just this feeling of like, you can trust this.
Anyone can be a journalist online.
Where you get the deeper story and when the facts are checked and where it's more developed is in the print media.
It's higher quality.
These are people that are doing this for a living, who obviously work within this media because they love it.
It is essentially print media's job to be as unbiased and as simply factual as humanly possible.
With the standards that a professional writer would hold to themselves.
There's no better supplement for information than from a newspaper, period.
It's important for our age group to still be involved in more ways than just The Daily Show.
Jon Stewart's an intelligent guy, and you can say the same thing about Stephen Colbert. They're entertaining shows. You just try not to forget it's also entertainment.
They're just trying to make you laugh as their primary goal rather than inform you.
If you only receive your news from one source, you might not be receiving the entirety of what is happening, any sort of subtext or subtleties to the story.
You can't just read one publication or watch one channel to get all your news.
You want to have multiple sources to really understand the full intent of the story, the full scope, before you can really make an opinion.
A variety of opinions is important for making your own opinions.
I have access to 3 different newspapers on a daily basis.
Primarily I read The Economist and The Wall Street Journal.
I read San Francisco Chronicle, New York Times, Times of London, and the BBC World News.
USA Today, also New York Times, and then any local paper that happens to be around.
I stalk ESPN, I watch ESPN.
BBC, New York Times.
The Wall Street Journal, the San Jose Mercury News, and the San Francisco Chronicle.
To put it really dramatically, like imagine a movie voiceover saying this voice, the future is in our hands.
We're the future.
We're like the next generation.
And we are the future.
We are the future.
You are the next generation.
We're going to be running this country in the future. And why try to play catch up? Why not just read the news now?
Just read. It's not that hard.
It's funny, 10 years ago, every Sunday I would read the comic section of the newspaper, and now it's like I'm in college and I'm reading the front page.